What's up, everybody? My name is Parasite. Welcome back to Challenging Celtic with Hearts. Today we have the Season 2 end of season review, off-season special, and to make this go a little bit faster with FM22 kind of coming around the corner, I'm also going to be playing the first game of the Season 3 season in this episode. So we're going to try to go through these seasons a little quicker, just so we can get this series done before FM22 gets here. So we'll probably be playing just one game an episode from now on, and I'm probably going to be trying to go a little bit further into the season whenever I do play that one game. So just so you know, but we're starting off with an end of season review here. I'm still going to be doing this. So the new arrivals, Inland Dulu, not really a new signing, but kind of a new signing. He was with us last year, comes back again on loan this year, and is just as good. I mean, his numbers aren't quite as good. I'm pretty sure he scored more than a goal a game last season, but obviously in a higher division, going against clubs like Celtic and Rangers, that's a very good return. 33 goals, 8 assists, and 46 appearances, 1 sub-appearance. That's a very good season from Dan Ndulu. He's just as good as we had hoped in this league, and he's going to be back for another year. Marcos Leonardo, a new signing for this season. 31 goals in 35 starts and 5 assists. He's amazing as well. He's also back for another year. Ryan Alsop actually got 14 appearances and played well, so he's probably going to be our starting goalkeeper next season. Afonso Souza, another signing, $1.9 million, a big signing from us, but I think he was as good as I hoped. Maybe I wanted a little bit more for $1.9 million, but 19 assists is pretty dang good, 6 goals, 7.12 average rating. I'm happy with Afonso Souza. He's locked down that left midfielder position. I don't feel like I need to improve that position at all, so I think that's a good spend of money, so I'm happy with that. Josh Knight, a free signing. Also played pretty well. 7.04 average rating for a center back, 46 appearances, only 4 goals. Maybe hope for a few more goals from him, but I'm happy with that. Ricci, another good signing on loan. He's not coming back, unfortunately, though. And John Torrell, 275K, pretty much wasted because he is terrible. He is not going to be starting next season. I'm going to have to look for... Hopefully he's not starting next season because, yeah, that'd not be good. We need to find a new right mid. I've looked a little bit, but it's not great. The market is not great. Some players that left us, some youngsters pretty much, or old players that weren't part of this team, weren't part of our future. Yeah, no marquee transfers out, no marquee loans out. Let's go to the season results. They expected us to reach the semifinal. We won the Scottish Cup. Let's go to the Scottish Premiership first. They want us to qualify for the Europa Conference League. We qualified for the Europa League. So, 1 to 2 positions higher than what they were wanting. I'm happy with third place. I think that's a perfect position for us. We're not going to beat Celtic or Rangers to the top at this point. So, to finish best of the rest, I think is as good as we could hope. Don't care about the Friendly Cup. Scottish Cup, they wanted us to reach the semifinal. We won it. Armand Karamoko and Daniel Ndulu among the top scorers, 2 of which are not going to be at the club next season. Armand, his contract is expiring. I'm not going to bring him back. He was absolutely horrific in everything but the Scottish Cup. He was just one of the worst players in terms of the league on the season, so he's not coming back. Karamoko Ndembele, I didn't think it was anything special, so I'm going to look for a new... Well, hopefully John Torrell will be our backup right mid. I'll need a new starting right mid, so I don't have any use for Karamoko Ndembele. He's not good enough to be a starter. Betfred Cup, they want us to reach the semifinal. It's exactly what we did, where we lost to Celtic. So, no, I mean, we've not gotten knocked out of a Scottish or Betfred Cup by a non-Celtic or Rangers team in the 2 seasons we played. So, I think that's pretty good. Our biggest win is of all of the biggest wins, was a 6-1 win over Celtic. The biggest win of the season over Celtic. I would think that'd also be the match to remember, other than a 4-0 win to Hamilton. Like, we beat Celtic 6-1. That's kind of a match to remember. Goal of the season in the Betfred Cup by Ricci in the 55th minute. Let's take a look at it, if it'll let us. Ricci in the 55th minute. It's going to load. I don't remember this goal at all, so we'll see if it's actually as good as touted to be. Kingsley on the edge of the area. Puts it back to Ricci. An absolute piss missile. What a rocket that is from Ricci. That's probably worthy of goal of the season. He absolutely fizzed that one in the back of the net. Our reputation has gone up from, well, national to national, from 2.5 stars to 3 stars, so that's good. Our sponsorships went down, but everything else went up. Broadcast went up by a lot, which makes sense considering we're in the top division this season. Competition prize money, $2.9 million. That's really good. Highest shirt sales, Souza, Armand, which not going to be here next season. Toral, I don't know about that one. Sutar makes sense. Boyce, I don't really know. But, see if this is the team we usually put out. Ricci, Toral, Otosoe. Yeah, looks like our starting team. Most of which are coming back. I'll show you in a little bit who all is coming back, who all we're replacing. We won the Manager of the Month for September and October. We didn't win Manager of the Year, which doesn't make any sense to me. Like, Hamilton's manager, who finished 4th, got it over me, even though they were projected to finish above me in the regular season. And they finished below me. They gave it to him. It didn't make any sense. Like, I finished higher than... I don't understand it. I don't know how that guy got Manager of the Year over me. It makes no sense. And we won the Scottish Cup. Like, come on. Player of the Season in Lundulu? Yeah. Young Player of the Season in Lundulu? Yeah, probably. Signing of the Season, Allsop. That's kind of surprising, but I'm happy with that. Goal of the Season, Ricci, we saw. Top goal scorer in Lundulu. Most assists, Afonso Souza. Most player of the matches in Lundulu. Highest average rating in Lundulu. Passes completed per 90. It's good to see our deep line playmaker has the most passes completed per 90. Usually it's like a ball-winning midfielder or something stupid like that completes the most passes, but it's actually our deep line playmaker who we want to be completing the most passes. Most assists by a player in a season, Afonso Souza, 19. Most player of the match is 10 for Ndulu. Worst discipline, no red cards, but 15 yellow cards for Owen Otosoe. I don't mind. And that's our one trophy that we've gotten so far this series, is the Scottish Cup. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with how the season finished. 3rd place in the Scottish Cup is about as good as I could possibly have hoped for. Vision expectations, they want us to qualify for the Europa League, so they want another 3rd place finish. They want us to reach the group stage of the Europa League? I don't know about that, Chief. That's a little high. Possession attacking, that's all fine. Let's accept that vision. Actually, I kind of wish I would change the Europa League expectation, because that seems ridiculously high to me. Like, I think getting to like the round before the group stage, I think is a very good place for us to be. There's some big teams in that round, so to get to that round, I think will be fine. I don't think group stages should be expected. In the season team we're meeting. Challenge for the title? I don't think so. Qualify for the Champions League? I don't think so. Top half? I think top half. Let's go top half. Ooh, they do not like that. More than a top half finish. I didn't have an option higher than the top half finish that wasn't Champions League, which we're not getting. So I don't know what you're talking about, but there's nothing I could have done about that. I don't think you're being ambitious enough. I don't care what you think. I expect you those who don't agree with me. I still think you're setting the bar. Okay, Europa League competition proper next season. They like that. There we go. It's exactly the reaction I was after. And do I want to do promises? Based on the scouting I've done, I don't think I want to do promises yet, because I don't think I can make any promises, because the scouting I've done so far has not been great. There's not a whole lot of very good options. So let's look at the team. This is what I think our best starting lineup is, with some players missing that I think we need to bring in some new players. So obviously in Lundulu, Leonardo up top. Obviously Sousa there. Otosoe's coming back for another season. I'm happy with Sutar and Knight at center back partnership. Allsop as the goalkeeper. I'm happy with all those. I think those are fine players. I think they're good enough to challenge for the top 2. But there's 4 positions we really need to fill in the first team. Right back, definitely need to fill. Michael Smith was good at creating chances, just mostly because of his long throws, but he was just the worst defensive player I've ever used in Football Manager. He is just awful defensively. Even though he's got okay defensive attributes, 13 tackling, 12 marking. Every single attack that went down his flank ended in a goal, feels like. So, yeah, I can't start him, but I am going to bring him back for another season as a backup. He can play both right and left side and center back and midfield, so He can play plenty of roles. He'll be a fine backup player. And if I need a goal late in the game and I feel like I can score some long throws, that's the exact player I want to bring in to score a rare long throw goal. So I like having him on the bench. In terms of other bench players we need a backup goalkeeper because where is he? Craig Gordon is not coming back at 39 years old, about to be 40. He was just the worst this season. Maybe one of the worst goalkeepers I've ever used. So he's not coming back for another season. It's great. It's Ryan Alsop's team right now. Hopefully that'll improve our defense because I think he was a big reason why our defense was terrible. Craig Gordon, that is. Him and Michael Smith were the main reasons our defense was awful. I thought about starting Stephen Kingsley this season, but I mean, he's pretty good. But if I can get an improvement, I needed a new backup left back anyways. So instead of getting a backup left back, why can't I just get a starting left back and make Stephen Kingsley the backup? He wasn't so ridiculous that I feel like he has to start. So I feel like that's the call to make. We need a deep line playmaker because Ricci's not coming back. We need a backup ball winning midfielder because Holiday was just absolutely awful. So yeah, I need a new backup ball winning midfielder. Someone that can maybe take on from Motosoy whenever we can't get him back for another year's loan. Look at that first name. Not even going to try. Just Owen. Other than that, we need another striker because Liam Boyce is going to be back as our backup striker. But like I said before, Armand is not coming back. We don't really have any other strikers in this team that are any good, so I'll need a fourth striker. And it's not like left back where I feel like we need to improve at striker and then the third striker can be the fourth striker. I think we're fine with Lundulu and Marcus Leonardo. Obviously, I'd like to have one of them owned by the club, but if loans are what we can get, I'll take loans. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I think that's about everything we need to improve. If we look at some players, I've done a little bit of scouting, so I've got a short list here. Let's go by position. So goalkeepers, our two options really are Camille Grabara, whose contract is expiring, but for a second goalkeeper, I think he's going to be on too much wages. He won't talk to me right now. But he's on nearly $10K a week, and I don't want to pay $10K a week to a backup goalkeeper. And I don't think he's any better than Ryan Alsop, so I don't think he's going to be coming in. Our other option is Claudio Ramos, who I believe is on a loan, or is he on an end contract? He's on transfer list, but I think, is this contract expiring? No. So it would be a loan for Claudio Ramos. He's on $7K a week, which is a little bit more reasonable for a backup goalkeeper. I'd still like it to be $5K or less, but there's not many options that are competent goalkeepers. So, might be what we're stuck with. In terms of right backs, I did not find a single right back that I felt like could play in this team. I didn't find a single right back that I felt like could play in this division. There's just no options at right back. This Moad Alajan is a left back. He can play right side, but he's a left-footed player. So yeah, there's just literally not a single option at right back. I'll wait a little bit because I don't think we've gotten our budgets for next season. So this next season we should have 1.21 million, and we only have 10K wage budget right now. We're gonna have like 50K wage budget by the time all the players that are on the books right now leave that are not coming back for next season. So we're gonna have quite a bit of money to spend. Hopefully we'll have that 1.21 million, but I don't know when that's gonna come in because it should have come in by now, but it hasn't. I don't think our scouting budget has come in yet because we're currently only at 51K. We started at 142. So once I'm able to recruit from more than just UK and Ireland, hopefully at least Europe, probably just Europe, but maybe World. Actually, I think we probably can do World. So hopefully we'll eventually be able to do some World scouting. We'll find some right backs, find some more goalkeepers, and hopefully we'll have a budget to actually bring those players in. I don't know when that's going to be given to me, but it hasn't been yet. So in terms of left backs, though, that I'm looking at, like this Alajan is a guy he's really fast, and he's got really good tackling. And that's kind of the two things I'm mostly looking for. So, and I think, is his contract expiring? His contract expires in a month. So he could be an end-of-contract guy. He's not great going forward. 6 crossing, 10 dribbling. But I think he can be a decent backup left back. But I don't know if he's a starter. So I'm not too sure about this guy. Our other option, again, I'm not sure if he's good enough to be a starter. There's not many fullbacks. George Bello, guy, if you're an American, you know who he is. kind of our future left back if Robinson doesn't work out. But he's okay. He's fast, got some decent mentals. He's got some gaps, but his technicals aren't amazing. But he's got really good. He's the opposite of the other guy. He's really good going forward. Good first touch, dribbling, crossing, really fast. He's just not the best defensively. So I don't know if he's really a good option. I think he would be on a loan as well. So yeah, he'd be a loan guy. So I don't know if he's good enough to be a starter. I don't know if either of those guys are any better than Stephen Kingsley. They're probably not. But yeah, just no good options. In terms of ball-winning midfielders, one I found is Marco Dura. This guy looks pretty good. He's got some good green attributes. He's got some holes, but he's got a lot of good green attributes. We would have to loan him, I believe. Yeah, loan for $6,700K a week, and he's got a high monthly fee. Hopefully they can put him on the loan list, and maybe we can get him for a little less wages, and maybe they won't want these playing unused monthly fees, because I will not pay those. I refuse to pay unused fees, or playing fees, for any player on loan. That is just stupid. It's not responsible for a team of our caliber, of our size. It's just not right. So I won't be doing that, but hopefully he'll be put on the loan list, and we can bring him in. Like, no one's on the loan list right now. There's like 3 total players in the world on the loan list. So once the season kind of kicks over and players start put on transfer list and loan list, we'll probably have some more options. Kene is another guy that can play either the deep line playmaker or ball-winning midfielder role. He's not the best ball-winning midfielder, but he's pretty good. He's just really well-rounded. He could be a good option. Again, I think it's another loan. So there's not many options that aren't loans right now because all the free transfers are absolutely horrid. And, well, other than this one guy, Mohamed Abofani, I think he's more of a deep line playmaker. He can also play ball-winning midfielder a little bit, but he's actually pretty dang good. I like this guy. 24 years old from Maccabi Haifa. Contract is expiring in 9 days. He's got really good penalty taking. 13 passing, 12 vision, 15 work rate. So he could definitely be a ball winner. He's got 14s in like all his mental attributes. Gets forward from whenever possible, shoots from distance, likes to switch balls. So that's not really a ball winning midfielder kind of traits, but I think he could definitely be the starting deep line playmaker for this team next season. So he's definitely an option there, but we've got a lot of good options for deep line playmaker. Mostly on loan, but he's the one not loan option that I think could be really good. Maybe I play him as the backup ball-winning midfielder, and he eventually takes over the starting deep line playmaker role. I don't know, but some other options. These are the deep line playmakers. James Garner, who you probably know from Manchester United. 15 passing, 14 vision, 16 teamwork. He looks pretty dang good. Good deep line playmaker on $13K a week, which is a little high for wages. Like our highest right now that we're paying is like 9, so that's pretty high. Pretty big jump. David Ayala, another deep line playmaker. He looks really good. 17 passing, 16 work rate, 16 positioning. So he's got some decent defensive abilities as well. His tackling's not really there, but his mental game is really good. He's not really good physically, but he's on 12.75K. So again, some high wages. A much cheaper option is Manuel Ugarte, who's okay deep line playmaker, really good mentals, some really good technicals as well. He's not very good physically, but he's got good pace and strength, so he's a decent option. He's only on 3.9K a week, so that's much more my kind of role. So definitely going to be looking at Manuel Ugarte as possibly the starting deep line playmaker next season. Are there any other options? João Pedro, I think he's another loan. Or no, he's an end of contract guy, so this is an actual permanent guy. But I don't think he's nearly as good as the rest of the options I have, so I'm probably not going to be going for João Pedro. I think those are all the options. Oh no, we got a couple more. There's so many good deep line playmaker options. So one of my favorites is, whoops, why did it go down? One of my favorites is Barak Insa. He's actually on the loan list too right now, so we can get him for pretty cheap. 16 passing, 16 vision. Really good first touch and dribbling. He's more of an advanced playmaker as like an attacking midfielder. But I just really like some of his attributes. Obviously, physically he's not there, but he's got some really good numbers in here. And he's only on 7.75K a week. Would they want less than that since he's on the loan list? No, they want the full wages. So he's definitely an option. It's probably going to be between him and Manuel Ugarte. Wait till I get the scouting reports on both of them. The last one is Hannibal Mejbri. Another player you probably know from Manchester United. He's pretty good physically. He's pretty well-rounded. Really good dribbling first touch. Again, more of an advanced playmaker, but I think he can play that deep line playmaker role. 15K of wages is the only problem. So we need him to be put on the loan list for like half that for us to be able to actually do it. So those are all of our options. For the right-hand side, we don't have many options. I think Hal Robinson-Cano, he's one of the options we've got for right side. And it's not encouraging. He's 33 years old. He's not very good, but he's probably better than what we have. But again, he's 33 years old. And that's like the only option. Lewis Morgan, I think, is more of a... Oh, he's another option. He's the left-footed. But he'd be on loan. Again, he's not amazing, but he's Scottish, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, there's just no good options. And he's got a damaged cruciate ligament, so that's not ideal. But he would be back for the regular season, but I don't know. Sammy Amiobi, another option. He might be one of my favorite options, actually. He's not the best either, but he's got really good vision, decent passing. I know John Toro, that's kind of why we signed him, is he's got really good passing and vision, but hopefully Sammy Amiobi can actually play football as well, do other things other than just pass the ball, because that seems to be all that John Toro can do. So he's a decent option. Again, 30 years old, though, and it'd be on loan, I believe. So, again, just another loan option. There's no good permanent options, really. I think that's the last of the right-sided inverted winger positions. Some striker options we've got. My favorite is Armando Broja, only on 3K a week. He's not amazing, but as a fourth striker, I think he'd be great. As that, poacher / advanced forward / pressing forward, or wherever we want to play him as. I think he'd be good as a fourth striker. He'd be able to score a few goals for us, I think, if we needed him to, but hopefully we won't need him, but I just mostly want someone on cheap wages, and he's on really cheap wages. Some other options are Taiwo Awoniyi. He's on a lot more wages, but he's a lot better. He's got really good physical attributes, some decent technicals, some okay mentals. Composure's not really there, but also he has the largest neck I think I've ever seen. So that's a plus. But again, he's on a lot of wages. Probably not going to be bringing him in. Troy Parrott, another guy on a lot of wages. Probably not going to be bringing him in. Steven Plaza on 8.5K, which is a little bit more reasonable. Pretty good physically, but I don't know. I don't know if he's as good. He might be just as good as the other guy. Really good off the ball, which is something I do like. So, but again, he's on 5K more than the other guy. So he's probably not going to be it. Dadashov as well on 6.5K, another option. I don't think he's as good as the other two guys we've got. I mean, he's got some good attributes, balance, bravery, but he's balanced. He's just not amazing in any area. And then one that is mostly just sentimental, Daryl Dike from Orlando City. He's not very good. He's basically Armand, but not quite as big. And that's about it. Like, he's basically Armand, who was terrible for us, but he's an American. He's a guy that I hope could be the future USA striker, the next great USA striker. He's done well in the championship this season in real life. So hopefully he can be good for us if we decide to bring him in. Barnsley, he did not do well in this game. 1 goal in 28 appearances. We're probably not going to be bringing in Daryl Dike, but again, I just wanted to scout him for sentimental purposes mostly. So that's about it. For all the players we might be bringing in, in terms of players that are going to be staying here as backup, Smith, Halkett, Herring. I'm not super happy with Halkett and Herring as backup center backs, but we have enough positions we need to improve. We're bringing players in that we can't really afford to fill every single position in this team. Irving's going to be our backup deep line playmaker. Jamie Walker, who didn't really play at all last season, he had a bit of an injury for the first half of the season. His contract is expiring, but I'm looking to sign him on a new contract. I think he's just going to be our backup left inverted winger. Again, the same thing where we just don't have... We have so many other needs. We can't afford to fill every single position, so I think he's going to step in and be the backup. Hopefully we don't lose Sousa, because I would not like to have to start Jamie Walker. We'll see. If we have money left over and we can bring someone else in, maybe I'll bring in another left winger. I don't know. But after doing this, I'm not sure if we're actually going to play the first game of the season just because it felt like this just dragged on for quite a bit. It went a little bit longer than I had anticipated, so I think that's going to be the episode. I think we're going to end it there. The next episode will be game 1 of the start of the regular season, and I'll show you who my new signings are, show you who I've actually brought in and of all those players I've shown you. Hopefully there's going to be some more options once we kind of improve in reputation a little bit and, really, I don't know, kick on from last season. Hopefully we'll have some more options. Hopefully we'll be able to scout the world. We'll find some more options because we kind of need them. I'm not really happy with any of those guys that I showed you except for the deep lying playmakers. I'm very happy with some of those loan options for deep lying playmaker we could get, but everything else, not great. But if you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials are also in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.